Step 9 for Partners of Sex Addicts. That's what we're going to discuss today. It's really important. If you've made it this far, I want you to stay tuned and get step 9. Now, if you've yet to subscribe, please do. There's a few more steps and a lot of stuff for partners. And also, if you have a question, put it in the box. We will get to you as soon as possible on that. So listen to step 9. Step 9 for Partners of Sex Addicts. Let me read the step and then we're going to talk about this. Make direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Step 9 is a big step. And if you've already done step 8, you're willing. You've already said, I'm going to jump in. You've made your list. You know what you've done. You know who you need to talk to. So now let's talk about direct. Made direct amends. Now, direct is as much as possible direct. Direct is face-to-face if possible. Now, it's been a long time since these steps have been written. This was written in the 1930s. So people didn't move around as much as they did. So this might be a Zoom call. This might be a telephone call. It might be something like that if that's all you can do. Now, I would say you might want to avoid technology as far as like maybe some of the technology that records you. People don't generally record their telephone conversations, but they might push a button on Zoom, and you don't want that on Facebook. So be really, really intelligent about that. I wouldn't want you to risk you opening your heart and that being seen by other people other than the person it's supposed to be seen by. So really, I would even talk to your sponsor or therapist before you do anything other than face-to-face to see if you're just not making an excuse, or if this is really, you're in New York and they're in California and you're not going to fly out to do this. So, but do it as directly as possible. That's best for you. It's best for them. Now, except when to do so would injure them or others. This is a very interesting part of the steps. So as a partner, you're probably, most of the people that you've hurt are probably in your circle. You'll be able to do this. And it's probably not like, your spouse or partner who has done all these sexually wrong behaviors. They've got to sort through this. Most of yours will be very clear. There might be someone that you have to think through. So if you do need to think through, well, if I go and I make an amends to this person, it's going to really hurt them, or it may have potential to hurt other people. Please, before you decide on your own, talk to your sponsor and or a therapist so that you know what you're doing, so that you can decide, okay, this person maybe I don't do this with. That should be the exception. Really, a very small percentage of people fall into that category, and don't just go, well, that's what I think about it. Get at least 2 other thoughts about it before you decide that this person is not. Now, this is something you need to schedule. You need to make appointments. You need to talk to people. You need to call them and say, hey, I want to get together with you. What's a good time? So this is a lot of work to schedule these out, but you want to schedule them out as soon as possible. Step 8, you became willing. Step 9, you are actually making appointments, calling these people, setting up times to do face-to-face, or just getting them on the phone if they're long distance and saying, hey, do you have a minute? What I did years ago was wrong. And if I need to take responsibility for that and ask you to forgive me for that. And I know that caused maybe these feelings for you. And I'm really sad that I made those choices or that this behavior hurts you. And you want to be really clear. Now, again, as I said in step 8, you don't control outcome. Step 9 is not, I'm getting my friend back. I'm getting these relationships back. We're going to be okay. Some people may permanently write you off for something. That's on them. But you want to know, you have a clear conscience that you took responsibility for the things that you did in that relationship that caused pain. And once you do that, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how freeing step 9 was for me personally. Step 8, I made my list, and I just worked it from, I just didn't, boom, 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 went down the list, called that person. And I did this before I was married, so I was able to get back to a lot of people. If you are married, there might be some people you need to negotiate that with to make sure that's acceptable to do that. But I remember going through and meeting each person and saying, hey, this was wrong, and I'm sorry. And I had some really incredible experiences, and some people that were like, it wasn't that important to them. But I didn't have any agenda. I didn't have any outcome expectations. I was like, you know what? I'm doing a step. I'm just going to do this and get this done because I need to for me. And it really was helpful. I have a clear conscience about everyone in my life. I don't look back at my past and go, oh, there's a shadow there. I didn't go into that one. I went into them. I owned them. I took responsibility, and it was great. And I want you to have that experience for yourself. I know it's going to take some courage for you to be brave, to maybe open some doors you wish stayed closed. But it might be time to reevaluate that and take responsibility for that. And especially for those that are, your parents, your spouse, you made mistakes. You want to own those things. And just being human, this has nothing to do with you being a partner of a sex addict. This has to do with you just being a man or a woman who needs to say, you know what, I'm wrong. These things weren't exactly the best ideas, and I'm wrong, and I'm sorry. And when you do this, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment for sure, because most people don't have the courage to clean up their past face to face. And when you do, you don't ever face your past the same way again. That's my hope for you as you do step 9. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Ask a question, please do that. We are really proud of you as partners. If you've gone to step 9, you are a rock star. Go through this process, and there's more steps ahead, but take this one really seriously and do it thoroughly for your own sake.